All right, Aries, you are the crown of this round of readings that I've done out here recording today. And I'm telling you that water is tamed, it is tempered, it is silky, it is glorious. And by the way, welcome to my channel, Joy to the World. I am your reader, Melissa Joy. So if any of that sounds exciting to you, does it? The crown? Well, I'm thinking emperor, empress type power, and I don't mean the old ones. I don't mean the old ways, because we are out with the old and in with the new. The earth is shaking here this morning. There's been this like uprising holy anger of us having been controlled and dominated by the planets for so long, stuck in the realms of karma, stuck on that spinning plate, that spinning record called the zodiac. They're like, that is our entry point. And it is our map to get us into our liberation. And that's what is happening here now that Jupiter has merged with the sun. My rising sign is activated. You could look at what your rising sign is and go check it out in this series of readings, because I think I'm going to put hashtag FUG that on all of them, because I got tired of the old stuff, the things that slow us down and keep us spinning around. Like, I'm going to continue to keep paying all these physical prices to just come through and people go, you're so strong, because you know what? Joy is my strength. That's what I am here for, is to enjoy my life and not be strung along and slowed down any longer. Does that sound like you, Aries? You like ready to speed it up, get a move on, start into all the pleasure of this life? Well, it is obvious, because this is your card coming out in the pearls. Now this thing, I don't know if you could see it, it's been through some stuff, right? It was one of those that it slipped under and got under the leg of a chair. Where did we get off track? Our blossoming abundance, and bigger than just the objects that we see here. This is kind of like a soft focus card, that it's more about the soft light coming in here, the softness of our eyes. I love, ooh, this new Aries North Node Chiron up in here, softening that. Ophiuchus has overtaken Chiron, by the way. That's the healed healer coming on in, this soft focus, this ease, this delight, this cosmic cascade coming in here, like this healing power green, the Coke bottle green in the background coming on in. It's like, we are here to connect with you. You are not alone. It's no longer limited in just running off of your earthen connection to your earthen self. There is magic in the moment. There's magic in the moment. If you hadn't seen it, go to Netflix. You might watch Survival of the Thickest. She is hilarious. Freckles, it's like she says, I won't say it. I'm not going to say it here. But I'm a freckle girl, so I get her and about her freckles. So we just got to leave it right there at that. But this deck came out. Let's talk about the awakening of your dreams. Because if they're left there, they're going to die, my friend. And if they die, there's going to be karma continuing. The next generation is going to have to come up and try and build this life and gain this momentum and overcome this mockery, this domination that's been going on with the spheres. With the planets. It's bigger than presidents, it's bigger than rulers, it's bigger than countries, it's bigger than world peace, it's bigger than all that. That's what we were casting out, is that old control that we had that came from before, wherever we were. And it's like, I'm not even going to put a bunch of words to it, because the thing is, there's a profusion of love coming out now, and that these grow rapidly and swiftly, not missing anything. Because with this cosmic assistance coming in, it brings us into the now. Now, I have to use words that don't exactly apply in order to describe to the mind. It gets us outside of time and space. Everything that should have happened before, you felt like you missed out on, or things that are lost or whatever, coming into the now. And when they come into the now, they come into life, they come into freshness, they come into things making sense. That's what our senses are for. The sixth sense is common sense, y'all. And it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was possible. It's all that type of energy, okay? So we don't have to worry about any of that anymore, and we can't make that happen. We can connect with the happen, with the now. Get into the now, and let's delight ourselves, and let's get this thing rolling and see what dreams start shaking and coming on up and popping on out. Because turtle nests can have like hundreds of eggs in there, y'all. I've watched it happen. It's all these little Oreo cookies with flippers coming on out, and they're so cute, and they're gonna follow the light. So beware, there is artificial light that mimics the moon, that mimics these knowledges, that these epiphanies, these ahas, playing on your emotions and your feels. If it is like, if there's something spinning or turning right here, that's what kind of wondering of like, I don't know, something seems a little off. Heed it. be like, either the answer is no or not right now. So I'm just going to, you know, if that's important, you can bring it back to me. And so give your senses a time to perceive it a few times. You can refuse it and send it away, because if it is meant to be, it started in plenty of time, that dream won't die. It's going to show up. It's going to feel warm in the heart, and it's going to feel connected. It's not going to feel flat like paper, like empty promises, like, oh, I hope this works out. Paint the turd, paint the turd. No, 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 no. Oh, that looks like a good thing. Something's catching me here. Something's catching me here. See, that's why it's called common sense. It's all of our senses coming together. Now, science calls that a synesthete, when senses come together, two or more, in order to create a new sensation. Dynamism, multifaceted. You might want to listen to all the zodiac reads this week. Who is the multifaceted one? But they all under the hashtag bug that, because we are done with being ruled by the planets, all right? Because we are ruled by the star. Everybody talks about we're being made of stardust. They don't say we're made of planet dust, right? Because those planets have powers out there, and they have things associated with them, and that's where we've been messing with our mind, the maniacal mind. We've been stuck in this planet race, rat race, whatever else, but the sun and Jupiter have joined up. Jupiter is the benefic. It is the all beneficial one, is the loving one, is the one that comes in to bring you luck and expansion. The only thing you got to do is not wear yourself out, not put forth all that effort. Allow it to come to you. Allow it to meld with you. All right? So I'm going to get another card to go along with that blossoming abundance for Aries here. What is sticking out? Goddess of the moon. And this is known as my part of fortune card. Goddess of the moon and the part of fortune. So you might, if you don't want to check out all the readings, check out the one where your moon is and where your part of fortune is. And you're like, part of fortune, what is that, Joy? Google it. Free part of fortune. And it will take you to what it is, because mine is Leo. Otherwise, the Leo part of my chart is empty. But my part of fortune is there, and it's a circle with an X, and X marks the spot. Why? Because your treasure is there. Your natural giftings, your natural talents, your nature, your true heart. That's why we got it this, because wherever your heart is, that's where your home is, and all the benefits come forward with that. Not just these little metal discs that we carry about or little slips of paper. We're talking the tree of life. We're talking about the whole garden, the whole bounty, the whole home, the castle, the friends, the sunshine, the whole community of self right there. And you're like, well, that strikes a new idea, because, baby, your moon is whole. No matter the pieces and parts that you have experienced, you are whole. The unknown is knowable. Nobody's holding out on you. Shine your light. Shine your light and watch it all come to order. Watch it all come towards you, and you don't have to pay a price. As you start enjoying yourself, that's what makes your light shine brighter and brighter, and you start having these, oh, wow, huh? And it starts out gradually, not gradually the way we think. It just begins from a point and then starts to open up so that it doesn't overwhelm you. If somebody just flicks the light on, you're like this. But the way the earth operates, that sun comes up all soft and gentle. Don't you ever notice how sunrise, the first few minutes of it, is way more gentle than sunset? Yeah, so it comes in like a lamb and goes out like a lion, and you're like, shebang, that's right. That is right. Okay, friend. So they had me stop at the top, so I do know this is one of your crystal cards coming in. This is a combo card, and it's not that common, okay? Yes, they grow in the same formations. The citrine and the amethyst, they grow up in the same space. But it's something when it all comes together. You're talking about the deep flame of the golden self. You're talking about passion, purpose. These are like the leaves coming from the eggshell of this little sea turtle hatching out. Even your shell, even what seems like waste product, has productivity and has prosperity in it. So gather it up, okay? Like people saving their eggshells, their banana peels, the seeds from the apple, the coffee grounds to put under your azaleas or other plants that need acidic soil. You start realizing the whole. It's really wild. We were taught to go spend our money and invest in the parts and the pieces, and not take from our tomorrow anymore, so that we have to pay interest on it and that we lose the power of who we are. Okay, that's why you tune in all the time, because chit chats and all that nuggets of wisdom are flying everywhere, and they are profound. They are profound. Ooh, they had me stop at smoky quartz. Ooh, that's coming up in the same line along with the ametrine. Look at that dynamic. We're talking about lower half. We're talking about getting into your earthly pleasure. We're talking about having it all, my friend, and not having to decide, is it in this person? Is it in this person? Is it over there? Is it here? Whatever. And having to feel like that impulse coming through to make you get out of yourself to go to wherever it is. That's, again, part of fortune. Everywhere you go, there you are. That spark could be right with you, friend, and the old systems and ways and patterns and habits of what you've gone out and found the fulfillment of it was only a little bitty like scrib. It was only, that's what my kids used to say, just a little scrib, mama. Or some long ago you say jots and tittles, they just mean just a little scrib, just a little. That's like these little bits of shell coming off here. Now, although they do have prosperity and productivity and all that in it, we're looking for the whole first. All right? And then these other things come into play later. They're just saying gather them up. And they build up over time, and you look over there and you're like, oh, I got plenty of eggshells. So I'm going to go out there and put them in the composter and let it do what it does, because that's all that stuff. Compost down. It's what gardeners call black gold. Or Beverly Hillbillies, Texas tea. You know, it's as powerful as oil because it is full of life. It takes what was cut off, what is broken, what is dead, and lets these hidden little things of life, the gribblers of life, these little microbes and these little biomes again, to go in and to do the work that we cannot do, and to turn it into the form that we cannot make. And then it just serves right up to us, and we have the free-for-all permission to enjoy what was ours in the first place. Life comes in and affords you this, my friend. And you're like, I don't know, but let's look up in this dream weaver. They split the deck in half, and that's what they're saying. Out with this old Taurian Death Star energy of burning bridges and paying prices and being in bondages and all that. Man, we crucified Saturn and all those other planets. We got them out of here from controlling us. No more Mercury retrogrades messing with us. No Venus retrogrades bringing back old people looking all changed and whatever, and then our life just still gets screwed up. No more of that crazy node spinning backwards on us, getting our minds all maniacal like this, John. No. You just post your note and you be like, bye, done, thank you, and never to return. You don't have to return to this anymore. You don't have to earn those wings. You don't have to try and get the stardust and the magic and the abracadabra and all that. No, you already are, my friend. And you are here now. And it's time for you to enjoy your life now. Ooh, you showing up stuff from Pisces up in there. Something's got me tickling that fruit. You don't have to play that game anymore in order to win. W-I-N, W-H-E-N. Aren't you ready for the now? No more games, my friend. Because there's nothing to master, no one to beat, no sense of self that you gain from things outside of yourself. It all begins and ends with you. And that is the beauty and the delight, because it's ceaseless wonders ready to come your way as you live in yourself. Inspired, motivated, titillated, sparked, curious, interested, all that sort of stuff. I love this. Look at how the atmosphere is perfect and ripe. They're having me line it up because it's like this egg is sprouting leaves. Look at that. And that's what you were doing. Wherever that nasty thing went, you were able to leave it behind. Because you don't have to prove your strength. You don't have to earn anything. You don't have to like work and work and work for your worth to improve, to make people like you or want you more. I tell you what attracts people. When you are in the center of yourself and your truth, and you're all up in your feels, when you're full of yourself and that self is truth. What we didn't like people saying you're full of yourself is when they're full of shizdids, right? You know what I mean? When they're faking and making and all that kind of stuff. But when you are you, and you're full of your delights, and you do what pleases you, and you go out and you enjoy your life. Like this morning, I did yoga out here. I did it yesterday too, and right about the time I was spreading everything out to get started, people started showing up, and I'm in my swimsuit. I'm like, they just got to see my butt in the air, turn their heads away. This is my space. This is my life. This is what my soul is calling for, right? Beyond confidence, that's self-assurance. That's me living in my truth. And it's not for anyone or against anyone, because it's inside of me. It's mine. That's what this is talking about. So you got your hand out to it. Yeah, some of you might want to check out Pisces. This revolution of like How do we get it to move? How do we get it to prosper? What is inside of there? It's almost like there's a pile of stardust in there. The winds haven't been able to get it to scatter it about. Let this open up. It might seem like a loss, like it's breaking open and like there was nothing in there. It's void. I'm a failure. You know, this hasn't worked for me. No, that stardust has scattered. Let your mind activate. Let that old thinking, that stinking thinking compost down, and let this beauty begin to rise up in you. All this life, because as all those little microbes turn what was dead into life, it is full and teeming with life, and it brings to life everything it touches. So how about we let this hand extend out to touch the egg. Touch the egg, the magic button. Press that button and let life open up for you. What's it gonna open up? What's it opening up for you? Ooh, no rain today. A sunshiny day, and it's making me think of that song. I can see clearly, now the rain is gone. All the obstacles, wait, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. You see clearly now that the rain is gone, now that the pain is gone. That's all they want to talk about. They're like, obstacles, what obstacles? When you hung that note on that dead tree and you're like, bah, I am not dead. I am not cut off. Those are not me. I'm not doing the knot anymore. I'm not getting twisted and tied up and bound to anything. I'm stepping forward into who I am and what I desire on that side. Sitting on the side of the table that has your plate set before you, that you can enjoy this life that you are stepping into. Why? Because all is connected. All rhymes with fall, and it seems like those leaves are falling, but as they fall and they move about, they are fertilizing the earth. They're sitting here feeding what brought life to them, and they are a sign and a harbinger. And the more colorful the leaves, it's because they've been through a drier situation. I remember one of the one of the readings was talking about milking the camel, like squeezing the camel. Imagine if they had udders like a cow does, and what comes out of them is the water. I said, oh my God, they would never be able to leave the desert. People would be having them drink up the water and not just carry them. Then they'd be hopping off and squeezing them like a water cooler, using them on all sides. Well, that side is over. That side is done. We are here into the now, where all the cycles and all the things that could seem like waste or loss or whatever, no, is being broken down, composted into life, and springing forth into new life. And it goes in to feed the things that you do dream and desire that have already hatched out. Okay? Because that black gold, that Texas tea, is put on your garden, on the things that feed you, on the things that you have planted, you have chosen, that you are desirous of, that taste good up in your mouth. My youngest son, I would say, what do you want for lunch? Because breakfast and dinner were covered, but lunch they could choose. And he's like, I don't know, Mommy. Let me taste my mouth. Isn't that funny? But when we talk about our mind, it really is what's coming out of our mouth, right? Yeah. Taste and see that life is good, my friend. Also know that I love you. Hey, you could click that subscribe button and join my channel. I would love to have you here, bringing in your power to this hour, bringing in this new delight, this new vision, this new earth, this new world, with you included. That's exciting. You could also give a little touch of love to that like button, make it shiny and new, and help us rise to the top. Leave me some comments or compliments down below, even if you just enjoyed the sound of the creatures and the water out here. All right, I love you. Bye.